What is up, guys? Warlock3 here, and today I wanted to talk about the new Ace Combat Infinity patch 2.02 that just released yesterday for the PS3. There's a lot of new stuff in it. I'm very happy with the patch. It definitely restored some of my morale for playing this game. And yeah, so let's take a look at what exactly Project Aces has done for us in this update. So the first thing you'll see is added a limited time special raid mission in online co-op missions. This has been confirmed to be the new special raid Stonehenge and Moby Dick missions we saw in the Future Prospect trailer. Apparently the Moby Dick has lasers on it, like an actual laser that'll hurt you, and the Stonehenge has a pretty powered up gun. And a bunch more mission updates. I believe the Stonehenge also has the Camilla emergency mission. So very exciting there. I look forward to playing it. Hopefully they give us enough time to finish the mission, I hope. But yeah, let's take a look at what the next one thing they did was. So next they added a B7R mission battle, and they added a Tokyo martial law hard mission in online co-op missions. So that's pretty neat. They're giving us tougher online co-op missions, which is quite interesting considering how easy most of them are, besides weapons-based assault, I'd say. But this Tokyo martial law apparently is very hard. The B7R online co-op mission's also pretty fun. I enjoyed that, and I'm not normally a dogfighter myself, as you see in the gameplay I supplied here. I'm mostly a ground pounder, but that was exciting. I played a couple of matches, but let's see what else Project Aces did. So next they added new challenges to the challenges mode. They also added some new aircraft parts, emblems, and other items. So there has been confirmed to be a lightweight fire extinguisher, double L cockpit armor, I believe, and a couple other parts. They also added a couple new aircraft, like the X-29, FB-22, F-16XL, that sort of thing. So good stuff there. It'll keep some new setups. Just general adds to the longevity of the game. Next, they added the bombers. Okay, so this is pretty interesting. It looks like the bombers they showed in the trailer were true. There are bombers in this game. Now, apparently they've been frighteningly expensive. I think the B2 costs about $2,920,000 just to buy. I mean, my last F4 upgrade for level 15 costs about $3,860,000, which is still pretty high, but the fact you have to buy the B2 for that much is just ridiculous. I'm going to talk about that a little bit later at the end of this video. But let's see what else they added. Next, they added a special supply ticket feature. So this is the new lottery type feature. I don't really understand it too much. At the beginning, I got 100 free supply tickets. I've gotten a couple supply tickets from the drops, which is pretty interesting to see. I visited the supply drop catalog, which is spelled wrong, but it doesn't matter. The supply drop catalog, and they got some skins, they got some nicknames, they got emblems, although they do seem a little bit overpriced. There's a couple of old skins in there. They got the Inferno skin from the F4 when it first launched, which I used to use. They have the F-16 Desert Rock. They have the F-14 Zipang. They have a special skin for the Zipang, which is quite neat. Hopefully, I'd like to see what they can do in the future with all of these. But at the moment, it seems like everything in the catalog is overpriced, depending on how many tickets you get in one of your little boxes or drops. Hopefully they fix that in the future, although it looks pretty neat, which also helps add to the longevity of the game. It was getting stale for a bit. Okay, so next they expanded the limit for the registration of instant radio messages. They made adjustments to the sign-in bonus feature, and they made adjustments to the ranking rewards feature. This all sounds very good. As you guys know, and probably most of you knew that most of the radio messages, you couldn't fit a whole lot in there, and that was pretty annoying. And I'm glad that they added to the limit. I'm going to be definitely adding a couple more. They also changed the sign-in bonus, which is good. I mean, it just rewarded you a couple thousand measly credits, which didn't really add much to your total stockpile. Apparently, you get credits and research reports and the new supply drop tickets, which is also good. I'm glad they did that because I did sign into the game every day, but when you just got credits, that got a little bit, annoying, especially since it was just a mediocre amount. And we're getting to the end of the list here. Message is now displayed when there are not enough players in the lobby to sort your mission, and they also added data for events. That is also a good sign. The message in the lobby, I mean, that was borderline. I mean, they already had the sortie in the grayed out letters. I guess that's alright. I mean, I don't really have any opinions on it. They added the new data for the events. I have no idea exactly what that is. Hopefully it's something for the better. But as we neared the list at the end, I wanted to talk more about the bombers, and I've seen a couple videos about these things, and apparently they're just massive to upgrade. Apparently the B1, the first bomber you get, is 970,000 credits, which is even ridiculous for that. I mean, ordering planes didn't even cost that much. The A-10 costs about 204,000 to order, which even then, that's not that high, but considering the B2, I don't really think they're going to be a lot of popular, which is a good thing because they absolutely sucked in Assault Horizon, and I'm glad that they're not coming back overpowered, although they do seem as an interesting addition to the game because you can't use them in the campaign. But let's take a look at the final thing we saw in the patch notes here. We got bug fixes and perform fixes for other detailed issues. Hopefully this fixes the problems with the bug in Tokyo martial law, which was the delay where you wouldn't get the mission update after you destroyed all the targets. It's the reason why I didn't like the map. Hopefully they fixed a bunch of other bugs like constant connection losses and all that. I do lose a lot of connections in this game. But that's the whole patch notes list. Adding back to the bombers, I'm probably going to try and get the B1 just to see how one of the bombers works out. But seeing how expensive it is, I'm not sure because I am pretty poor after losing 3,860,000 credits upgrading my F4 to level 15. But that's alright because I got plenty of fuel and contracts to get the job done. Overall, I think this is a really good update. They added plenty of new planes, FB-22, F-16XL, the bombers, and the X-29. That's a bunch of extra stuff to play around with. They fixed bugs, added parts, added a new supply drop ticket type feature. That's also pretty cool. So yeah, I would say this is definitely a good update, especially the fact that the maintenance didn't take that long. But yeah, guys, that's the update in a nutshell. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll leave you with the rest of the gameplay, which really isn't much to scroll through a bunch of menus. But yeah, anyway, guys, enjoy the patch update, have fun, and peace out.